Today's shoot was a beauty shoot, and we decided to embellish the makeup using different headpieces and kind of frost up the face and build the makeup throughout the day as it went. It was quite a challenge drawing together the different concepts with the headpieces and the makeup, simply because both of them were quite strong in their own right, and we really wanted to tie this in together. And I think it worked out really, really well because it almost looks like a combination of frost and water, and that's what we decided to do within the team. So Chris sourced the headpieces and Inga sort of built a really detailed mood board about how she was going to progress the makeup, and this really helped tie the whole thing together. We decided to go for a clamshell lighting setup simply because this brought out the details of the face. We kind of tried to keep it simple, allow the model a lot of movement without moving into the shadows, and that was one of the main concerns with the beauty shoot, that we didn't want to create too much shadow on one side of the face and lose the detail of the makeup.
Start by positioning your key light directly on the camera axis and position it up high so that it throws the shadows downwards. For the key light, I used a maxi light reflector to create strong highlights and shadows to draw out the shape of the face and headpiece. To control the spread of the light, I fitted a maxi light reflector with a honeycomb grid to prevent too much light hitting the background. Once you have your model in place, check and adjust the height of the key light. It is important to retain the catch light at the top of the eye. Too high and you'll lose the catch light. The higher you move the key light, the longer the shadows will be.
We then had to think about what's best to bring out the detail of the headpieces. So we again used a maxi light reflector and a honeycomb grid placed on the boom directly above the model. The beauty about having a boom is that it basically doesn't interfere with the frame of the photograph, and it gives us lots of flexibility how we move it throughout the shoot.
Honeycomb grids are an excellent way of controlling the spread of the light, which is especially important when you are using a hair light. I again used a maxi light reflector and fitted this with a honeycomb grid to concentrate the light on the headpiece. Using the boom, I positioned the light directly above and slightly behind the model, with the hair light angled backwards towards the hair. The larger the honeycomb or reflector, the greater the spread of light. With the model in place, you can make small adjustments to the position of the hair light and adjust the power to suit the finish and colour of your model's hair.
For the fill light, again, as part of the clamshell technique, we used another maxi light and we placed this on a floor stand and literally directed this up towards the model. I think one of the things that's really, really important about doing this is not to add too much power to that fill light, so you're throwing the shadows up and end up with like a cross-lighting technique. So it really is a case of less is more.
Direct the fill upwards so that it is lighting the model's face from underneath. Start on a low power, or approximately 2 stops lower than the key light. Increase or decrease the power until you are happy with the depth of the shadows.
For the background, we used 2 high-performance reflectors, one on each side of the colorama. Basically, we angled these at a slight downward pitch and adjusted this as we went to get the gradient. So moving them further back allowed us to get a greater spread and a more even light. It's particularly crucial, I found, to meter these equal on both sides and then adjust the lights throughout the set so you can then decide whether the gradient's going to work in relation to the headpiece that you're actually using.
Position your background lights on each side of the model and at an equal distance from the background. For most of my backgrounds, I used a high-performance reflector as it creates a broad, even spread of light, which can be directed more accurately than a softbox. Using a light meter will allow you to get the power output equal on both sides and achieve a consistent background across the frame. It is then a case of adjusting the angle of the lights to control the depth of the gradient.
I use a lot of grids, and in particular the maxi light, I do enjoy using them. They create a very, very hard light output, quite strong shadows but quite specular highlights as well. So it's great for bringing out detail of makeup and headpieces and things with strong shape and bold colours. I chose to use the Creo generators and the Gemini Pros today simply because I'm used to using them and they have a very, very quick recycle time. But it's also important to remember that it's the modifiers and reflectors that actually create the effect. And you can achieve the same look by using the Gemini 200s and 400s.
Well, that's the end of our day, and thanks for watching this beauty shoot lighting tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it and you'll be able to apply some of the techniques that we've used here today in your own photography. My name is Christian Hough, and thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check back for more great lighting tutorials from Team Bowens. I'll see you next time.